What is going on, everybody? Welcome to week 4 of Tilt City here on FSI DFS. Subscribe if you're coming back again, and somehow if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Help the guys, like the video, help us be seen by some of the other DFS soccer heads out there. I'm Alex Hooper, per usual. No Tom this weekend. I gave him the week off as he turned 30 yesterday. Our boy is 30. So told him to enjoy himself, or at least recover from the inevitable hangover that he has. Let's hop right into it. I'll just say that I'm tilting over pretty much everything this weekend. What a rough week for me. A ton of the chalk went off. And, while I might have played a lot more chalk more recently, that's not the case anymore, as I've gotten more and more contrarian, and it didn't work for me this week. And I hitched my wagon, I guess we'll say, to one team and a couple of players who did not perform. So I was very much sunk this weekend. Let's start with another reason to tilt. My Spurs losing 3-0 to Crystal Palace. A real snoozer for a while until Japhet Tanganga picks up 2 yellows in the course of 5 minutes. He gets sent off. Ben Davis comes on, and Ben Davis immediately surrenders a handball. Wilfred Zaha pokes it home, and the wheels come off. Edouard comes in and rolled one in his debut for Palace. It was ugly. Let's take a look really quick. I did have one good lineup heading towards the top. Connor Gallagher, again, he was worth the pay up as his salary went through the roof, but even without the assist, 29 points just on floor. Faded Kane here, got the Zaha penalty. Ayew actually had a nice match. I thought I would see a little bit more out of Emerson Royale, the new right back for Spurs, and Reggie out left. And they were wide open on the wings for quite a bit, and it didn't work. But let's take a look at Mighty Wombat's lineup. He won the $4 Zaha, the captain with Gallagher, the 2 wide guys, Ayew, and you got the clean sheet of Gaeta. So I mean, that's pretty straightforward. That's a really nice contrarian Crystal Palace play, and it worked out. I mean, not much to say. The guy with probably the best floor before Connor Gallagher came and started being dominant, left 6,700 on the table too. I mean, that's where it doesn't matter, and you're not going to get duped leaving 6,700 on the table. He just knew he wanted to play Palace, and they did, and it worked out. A lot kind of caused that to happen, but that's where he wound up. Yeah, sometimes you captain the guy on the bench and he comes in and scores a brace. This is not a good lineup. I don't really love the lineup regardless of, you could swap out Edouard for Benteke, and I guess it makes more sense, but yeah, if you do that, it's contrarian enough. Whatever. Same sort of thing here. Gaeta, just a contrarian play. And that's all you need. 3-0. 1 game slate. It's that easy. All right, let's get to the main slate. Again, the thing coming in here was whether or not you were going to play Ronaldo. And then the next step was, Arsenal's second biggest favorite over Norwich, and how you were going to get to them. And turned out it's going to be Aubameyang from Pepe with plenty of floor points as well. So if you played the 2 most popular guys on Arsenal, you're looking good. If you played them with Ronaldo, as we'll just jump right there. If you played them with Ronaldo, then you're flying. So he scores the first 2. Shaw with the assist on the second. Bruno, you needed a goal out of Bruno at least here, and you ended up probably needing 2. We'll see on that. But Pogba, fantastic again. Lingard off the bench with a goal there. Manquillo from St. Maximin. I played a little St. Maximin because I wanted have direct leverage against De Gea, especially in my Ronaldo lineups. And that worked out for me, but overall did not work. Leandro Trossard scores late, 90th minute for Brighton against Brentford. Trossard with plenty of ownership against some sharps. We'll take a look at that. City, Bernardo Silva is the only scorer in this match. Kasper Schmeichel, probably the best pay-up option at keeper, maybe the best keeper on the slate. Nothing between West Ham and Southampton. You do get a red card from Michail Antonio. He finally doesn't get there. And then this was the one for me. I thought there were going to be plenty of goals in this match, and not only were there not many goals, one was an own goal and one was from a sub. So it essentially is 0-0 game as far as DFS is concerned, and I went here a lot. Let's take a look at my head-to-head with Blender, and a late yellow card with Raul Jimenez is what made me lose kind of in the end. But from a lineup perspective, I thought this would be an open game. Traore already has a good floor. Jimenez has had a great shot floor. I thought relative to the rest of the slate, I thought I was getting enough floor from Shaw, Tierney, and Rose. I thought maybe Tim Krul would get some action and Arsenal wouldn't score too much. That worked out, but really it just came down to these two guys, and that was the story of my day. So Blender on the other end, he goes with the extra goal upside of De Gea, who doesn't get the clean sheet, but he gets a win. And your median's already higher by paying out for keepers when you get that win. He went Sergi Canos. I thought about it. I liked Tierney more. That worked out for me, but it turned out the floor guy for Wolves was the one with no real upside. It was John Moutinho. And then Jared Bowen ended up being that second kind of cashier. I was torn here for the second forward. Saka was an option cheap. Bowen was the most expensive of kind of the guys that I was considering, and I haven't liked playing Bowen, and he got there even though West Ham didn't too much. So I went a little flair, and because I thought I was going to get enough of a floor out of Jimenez, and I just didn't. So all right, let's look at the King of the Pitch qualifier. So this is where you get all the sharps, and as you see at the top here, Saramac, Redcoat, Jesus Runner, Ryan Belangi, these are the guys that you want to look at their lineups regardless. So this is a small field, it's a 4 max, and you got to win first place. So these are the best of the best with their best GPP lineups. Saramac, he did the Ronaldo Bruno combo, which probably was really smart. Talked about it on the show before. I know Ryder Great has talked about it on the RotoWire pod, that sometimes when you get a Fernandez and a De Bruyne on the same slate, playing them together is going to be a construction not a lot of people are on, and this was definitely one of those. You pair that with Pepe, who has the game that he has. I mean, just looking at these three, you got the 3 best players from the 2 biggest favorites on the slate. And if that's a construction that no one else is on, you can get a guy like Moutinho, and I mean, Shaw was going to get there. Rose at 2,500 allowed you to get up to a guy like Bruno. Perrot had a nice enough game, and Sanchez with the clean sheet. I mean, that's just a perfect lineup from, the best in the world. So no surprises there. What did Redcoat do? Same thing, except he went Aubameyang, so he doubled up on Arsenal. Ended up working. 50 points there. He also goes with Canos, Ramsdale. Trossard gets the goal. Close, but no cigar for Redcoat. But it's a fantastic lineup otherwise. Jesus Runner, same sort of thing. He goes to De Gea and Saka. Gets that Trossard goal. Like I said, among the sharps, and I mean, 34% owned in this tournament is I think that qualifies as being mega chalk, and these are the smart people. So Belangi had him as well. He goes Tomiyasu, nice pay down with Arsenal. Mplemo with a nice floor, gets the Trossard goal, and he goes Saka, and it didn't work as well as getting to Pepe and paying down elsewhere. Let's see, Pew, he gets off of this is a non-Ronaldo lineup. So this is probably about as good as you could have done without Ronaldo. Maybe instead of Ward-Prowse, you go to Bernardo Silva, but you're hoping for floor there. But other than that, it's close to the nuts minus Ronaldo. So there's a fantastic Ronaldo fade for you. What else did Pew do? Another Ronaldo fade, a nice Arsenal stack, pairing Bachmann with Rose. Didn't quite work out in that regard. Actually stacking Watford. So I mean, second biggest favorite, and then a team like Watford, who I'm glad more than just I thought that could go off, and then Trossard goal. Look, a couple more. Moneyball. He does the double up with Pepe, but he goes Trincao. He doesn't get a goal from Trossard. Pays down to Woodman. Parad at 3,600. A couple of guys on that one. Red coat. Big Arsenal stack. And get a Trossard goal. You know, Arsenal gets more than one. Saka scores here, and all of a sudden, you know, that lineup's close to the top. Mr. Pacheco. Ronaldo with a Wolves stack. We're kind of in the same state of mind there. I do wish I would have got to Pepe more, even regardless, you know, like seeing the ownership. I didn't get to him a whole lot, and I wish I would have. Yeah, so like this was a lineup I might have built, except, you know, I wouldn't have wanted to go to Maguire. But so he's taking favorite here, hoping for the clean sheet, paying up a little bit here, ends up working out with a clean sheet there, taking some floor. So this one, I mean, you probably expected enough of a ceiling out of Jimenez that, you know, you could take a floor here and kind of hope for a little bump from Maguire. It's not my favorite of Ceramax lineups, but he's smarter than me, so who am I to criticize? I'm not really criticizing. It's just not something I would have done, which shouldn't be taken as a criticism. Pew again, Ronaldo, Greenwood, which was a build I thought about going to instead of Bruno. With Pepe, Trossard, Shaw, Rose. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Paying down a keeper, that didn't work, but smart idea. Notice you still haven't seen my lineups. All right, Charlie, nice little balance here. There's some goals to be had. Pay down for Etobo and Genipo. Those are 2 pay downs there to get up to these guys and still be able to play big defenders and kind of pay up at keeper. Other 2 didn't end up working out. I like seeing, it's hard to say these lineups didn't work because they were still like over 100, but you needed what, 131, 140 to win this. So red coat, Arsenal stack with those Wolves guys that I liked. And again, Trossard, wow. Mr. Belangi, all right, there's the double stack with Sarr, who I loved. Schmeichel ended up working out. He liked Tomiyasu. I know he played Sambi Lukonga a lot. There's another one, just Traore instead of Sarr, which those were 2 interchangeable guys for me. Let's go all the way to the bottom and see what I did. So I tried to just get off of Ronaldo and go to Greenwood. Obviously, it ended up Bruno was the play there. Tried to get the leverage with Joel Linton here by not playing De Gea, and then hoped for a little bit out of Pogba in relation here. So I think the other one, instead of paying up for Pogba, I used St. Maximin and someone else here. But Bertrand starting at 3,400, I thought maybe he'd get a little more floor work. That didn't work out. So yeah, oh, it was Dennis. Dennis was the other one. He did nothing, but I got my St. Maximin assists. Those are the only 2 I played here. Let's take a look at Tendril. So we wanted some max leverage here, going for Watford with Traore, kind of that game stack, and then playing the opposite side of the Brighton Brentford pick'em. Makes sense. In a large field, all right, so Bodega, our guy, didn't quite match Ceramax, but it's up there. Different lineup, obviously. Big Arsenal stack. Still got to Ronaldo, which with the way United was priced, like that's kind of all you needed from them, especially with, you know, what Arsenal was able to do. Got the Trossard goal, and Livramento, still at his price, is able to kind of get there. What else did he do here? So it's Parad, De Gea, and Tomiyasu instead of those guys. Makes sense. So well, apparently we can't get that. So we'll move on. All right. So last game of the day, Chelsea Villa. God, same. We're going to see the same sort of things here as we did with this Liverpool match that just ended. It was the Lukaku and Kovacic show. 2 goals from Lukaku, goal and assist from Kovacic. I imagine Kovacic captain the people who did it. Probably one with Lukaku and Mendy. You were able to fit those 2, and then you could probably get, you know, an Alonso or a Ziyech or a Hudson-Odoi in there. So here's me. This is my best lineup. No Kovacic here, so, you know, I didn't win the big prize, but I was on it. Matty Cash outperformed Matt Target, and that was kind of the build here. Let's look at the top. Fendog with the train. Nope, just Kovacic and McGinn. I didn't realize McGinn went off. Pretty straightforward. When the chalk forward scores 2, and anyone scores 2, but when the chalk forward scores 2 and it's a clean sheet, it's kind of like, you know, catch and assist, or especially if you catch the other goal. It's, I mean, it's that easy. I shouldn't say it's easy, but so I don't really recognize many of these guys up here, probably because, you know, more of the sharper players, especially in the sub $5, I mean, Sully's good, sub $5 are going to fade chalk forwards a lot. And 83% owned. All you had to do is be different. And, you know, if Lukaku doesn't go off, then you're looking good. Watkins, McGinn, Cash. I mean, that's a nice build. Where do you think Villa scores? And I got there a lot too. All right, so here's Bodega. ZH Cap gets, you know, the 3 big ones. Alonso didn't do much, but I mean, this is, you get a floor from ZH and then pay down all the way to Douglas Luiz. Smart build. Charlie, Lukaku. So he didn't get to Kovacic, and he still did plenty well because you get to Mendy. So I had a thing this weekend where I was trying to take teams who, you know, you thought would get a clean sheet and just try to find the goal on the other side. And it turned out that both ended up keeping clean sheets. It was the same with Liverpool, just ended, you know, Salah, your chalk expensive forward, scores from Alexander-Arnold, the most expensive player on the slate. Fabinho is the Kovacic. And then, you know, Mane scores from Thiago late, which I thought would help me out. Maybe it did, but I didn't have any Allison because I thought Leeds would definitely score in this one. I think they still would have had they not gotten a red card in the 60th minute. So here, all of my lineups, did none of them cash? None of them cashed in the big one. Let's run through what I did just to kind of see how I'm trying to get super contrarian. I was in first at halftime, winning $10,000 until Rodrigo came up. You'll see him a lot. Cheap forward, I thought they'd score. Allows you to get the guys like Salah. So this was actually the one I think that was in first. No, the Rodrigo captain was, which was probably this one. Yeah. So thought maybe he'd score. Salah shot goal. Alexander-Arnold would do his thing. Jota's been great. Harvey Elliott was cheap exposure to a Liverpool player who gets forward. And then Luke Ayling was kind of just the best player to fill out that roster. Meslier hoping to face a ton of shots, which he did, but he gave up 3. Solid goal. Jota, same things for the rest. Thought he would score. And then, you know, if it's a 1-1 and Salah scores the goal, then all of a sudden Meslier has a ton of saves. Rodrigo has the goal there. Goal, maybe a goal here, but some floor. And then Elliott, just whatever he gets, he was bonus. Same sort of thing with Jack Harrison, Sadio Mane. Like, I liked him here. Thought maybe Van Dijk would, I don't know, score one. He was the best option. Maybe not the best lineup. This one was an attempt to kind of just get off the solid chalk, get some floor, you know, maybe a 1-0, whatever. I don't love that lineup in retrospect. Same sort of thing, but I swap Mane and get up to, or swap to Mane and get up to Phillips. It was just a build situation. And again, same sort of thing as the other Meslier, but getting off Salah and getting to Rodrigo. Or was it Rodrigo? Oh, up to Robertson too. Okay, let's look at what one. Salsa Wizard holds on. So, I mean, this one's going to be probably Salah, Mane, and Allison and TAA. Actually, no, you couldn't get them. I would guess it would be Mane because you'd save you money. It's going to be Fabinho, who I forgot about. Obviously, I didn't have any exposure to him. Probably Fabinho captain. TAA. I would guess Mane over Salah, Allison. I mean, Rodrigo ended up putting enough points up to where that might actually work. So, okay, so Mane captain, you get the Thiago assist. Yeah, exactly what you'd think. So, keeper tilt for me. Same one, except Meslier just didn't quite get another save, and that one wins it. So, Big Bad Brook, Allison captain. Okay. The Fabinho goal, basically, I mean, at 5%, just bailed everyone out. not bail everyone out, but put them up top. Yeah, I mean, same sort of thing. Like a lot of people played Meslier at 18%. I mean, he was up at the top a lot for how little I got up here relative to. It's just I didn't play Allison, and then I didn't play any Fabinho, and they ended up being 2 of the 4 highest scorers on the slate. Surprise, surprise. So, nothing crazy this weekend. A lot of chalk. Really bit me. I didn't love it. We will overcome. I'll bounce back. Yeah, not a ton to say. It was rough. It was chalky, and the other guys who scored, I just wasn't on it. And then the showdowns, it was a matter of, did you play the keeper? Every showdown this weekend in the Premier League had a clean sheet. So love those keepers when it happens. Maybe it had to do with the international break. I don't know, but slow week. At halftime, the only goal was the first Ronaldo goal of the classic slate. So that was just the way it was. And that's it for me, though. Make sure to like, subscribe, all of that. Leave a comment. Did you catch one of those other goal scorers? Hopefully you didn't take a bath like me, but come back next week and check out Golazo out on Friday. And then Tom and I will be back next weekend to recap week 5 here on Tilt City. Until then, we'll catch you later.